One of the sidebar stories of this week here at the Super Bowl involves our guest, Drew Pearson, who needs no introduction. But Roger Staubach on Monday comes through this media center, Drew, and he's lobbying what all Cowboy fans know to be true, that the Ring of Honor is not complete without you. Did you know he was going to say that, and what was your reaction when you heard about it?
I was very happy to hear it. Nice to have my quarterback sticking up for me and going to bat for me. I'm sorry he had to wait 27 years to do it, but don't tell him I said that.
No, we're going to run over there and tell him right now.
No, but I appreciate him. But we had private conversations about it, and he told me that it's probably going to happen. He's gotten word that it will happen. It's just a matter of when it was going to happen. So I told him to try to make it quick because I'm 60 years old now. So
oh, you're not 60.
We don't want to wait too long.
See, that makes Cowboy fans feel really, really old when Drew Pearson can't be 60 years old.
6-0, man. January 12th, 1951.
All right, well, happy birthday.
Yeah, amen.
A few days late.
Yeah.
All right, so before we talk about some of the past teams, why, in your opinion, are the Cowboys here this year?
They didn't approach the season right, man. They had, it's a classic case of having all the talent in the world, and you think that's enough to get you over, but it's not. You gotta compound the talent with hard work, a work ethic, a mental toughness, a physical presence, and we never established that in training camp, and that's where you establish that. That's where you develop mental toughness. Our training camp was fluff. It was Club Med, all over the place to traveling. Wade Phillips was giving guys days off because they were tired from traveling. And here's 31 other teams living in dorms on small college campuses going through training camp the way it's supposed to go through training camp. So therefore, when they come out of training camp and start the regular season, they're ready to go. When we come out, we're not ready to go. We haven't hit anybody. We haven't practiced in pads or anything of that nature. Haven't played anybody in the preseason games with fear and injury and stuff like that. And then when the bell rings to start the season, we just weren't ready. And it was a physical and a mental lack of that kept us out or have us start at 1-7.
Do you resent that the Pittsburgh Steelers are playing for a championship in Dallas in Arlington this week?
I got so much respect for the Steelers. Number one is because the way they do it, man. They do it the right way. They do it a traditional way. They're old school in a lot of ways that they do things, and, everybody wants to discount old school in a lot of ways. But, hey, it's the old school that got us here and where we are, and it's the old school even in business. I know there's a lot with the internet and the technology, but, man, there's still an old school way of doing business to be successful in business. There's still an old school way of approaching football, professional football, that you can still be successful in doing that way, that helps you become successful. And the Steelers do it that way. Green Bay does it that way. And that's why the Steelers haven't ever fallen far from the top. When they fall, they're not falling to rock bottom like the Cowboys have. And they don't have the droughts that the Cowboys have. You see the tradition in their uniforms. They don't change out their uniforms, the same stuff. They might even go sometimes with a throwback. That's about it. But it's basically the stuff. You look around here, Bill, you don't see any pink Pittsburgh Steelers jerseys or pink Green Bay Packer jerseys because it's tradition. It's not that the women don't want to be formed, shaped, and shapely jerseys and stuff. They have that, but they just don't want to wear pink. But you see a lot of pink Dallas Cowboy jerseys around. But, that's just a point about the franchise and how the franchises see themselves. And when you have a franchise like Pittsburgh where the Rooneys have owned it from day one, then that tradition will continue. And the success along with that tradition will continue as well.
So you don't hate the Pittsburgh Steelers, given what all went on? And when you see those guys today that you played against, what's the relationship?
No, I hate Mel Blount. I hate Terry Bradshaw. I hate Jack Ham. I hate Andy Russell. I hate Chuck Noll. I hate Lynn Swann. I hate Stallworth. Franco Harris, I hate him too. But I don't care about Hines Ward and Roethlisberger. Those guys are doing their thing, and I actually admire them because they win consistently. And when they have a chance to look back on their careers, they're going to feel the whole blessing to where their career has gone is because they were Pittsburgh Steelers. And I don't know why anybody would want to try to leave their franchise to go play somewhere else. You know, look at Ben Roethlisberger, a chance to win his 3rd Super Bowl. He's not even 30 yet, you know. And, you know, think 10 more years if he plays in the NFL, how many opportunities he's going to have because he's with the Pittsburgh Steelers. So, you know, what you're hearing is coming out of my mouth, Bill, is respect for their franchise and what they've accomplished and maintained that success over a long period of time.
Has the star been tarnished?
It's been a little in a little ways because it's what made the star what it is the association with winning.
Yeah,
consistent success of winning, and when we don't have that, then yeah, it's tarnished, and we don't have that right now. And to win one playoff game in, 15 years or so, I mean, that's not the Cowboys. We got to find a way to correct that. And I think with Jason Garrett in there now, I think he understands what it takes. He's been around success in the NFL. He's been around coaching all his life, and he's got to know what it takes. And I think he'll implement that with this current group of Cowboys. And they got some good players, Bill. I mean, quality players. That's one thing Bill Parcells did. He brought some quality people in here. You know, DeMarcus Ware, Brady James, Miles, Jason Witten, Romo. I mean, these are good quality people, and that's what you want to build your team around. But at the same time, you got to bust these guys. You got to work them. You got to push them. You got to make them reach the potential that they have.
Drew, thanks, buddy.
Been a pleasure.
I appreciate it, man. Thanks a lot.